All right, check this out. What if I told you there's a legit cheat code for real life? A way to become that person, the one everybody wants on their team. The one who always gets picked first. The person you just can't ignore. And get this, it's not about being the loudest or most popular. It's something much, much quieter and way more powerful.
Just think about it like you're in a game. Say Fortnite. You're in the final circle. The pressure is on. Who are you betting on? The player who talks a big game but just vanishes when things get real? Or are you putting all your faith in the one who's shown you, time and time again, that when they say, "I got you," they actually really mean it? That choice, that feeling right there, it's everything.
And hey, this isn't just about winning games. The billionaire thinker Charlie Munger totally nailed it. He said the most successful groups in all of history weren't built on power or force. Nope, they were built on a foundation where people could just count on each other. This idea of deserved trust, it's the ultimate superpower.
So to really see how this plays out in the real world, let's zoom in on this amazing case study from an actual middle school. It's the story of an election that, honestly, on paper, should have been impossible for this one kid to win. It's all about how he completely changed the game, just by being reliable.
Okay, so let's set the scene. In one corner, you've got Dylan. He's popular, he's funny, and he's the absolute king of saying he'll do something and then, poof, gone. And in the other corner, you have Alex. Super quiet, basically no social media cloud, but he had a secret weapon. He always did what he said he was gonna do.
So how'd Alex even build this reputation? Well, it started with these tiny, almost invisible things. Take this bet, for instance. He lost $5 playing a video game. I mean, it's nothing, right? But the very next morning, he walked up and handed over the cash. No one had to remind him, no excuses. That one tiny action sent a massive signal. Alex's word is solid gold.
And then there was the dance. You have to understand, Alex cannot dance at all, but he promised a friend he'd help her with the video. So he showed up in the freezing cold and did 47 takes of this ridiculous dance until she got the perfect shot. He kept a painful, super embarrassing promise, and you can bet his friend never, ever forgot it.
And here's the last piece of the puzzle, the group project. A teammate completely dropped the ball, but Alex didn't complain. He didn't blame anyone. He just quietly stayed up until 3 in the morning and fixed the whole thing so the group wouldn't fail. He just took responsibility. You see? These actions were all stacking up, like little deposits in a bank.
And boom, this is what happened. On election day, it wasn't even close. Alex absolutely demolished the popular kids. So why? How? Because every single student had either seen or heard a story that proved Alex was reliable. They trusted him with the big promise of being class president because he'd kept all those tiny little ones along the way.
And that right there is what we mean by deserved trust. It's not something you're just given, it's something you earn. It's a reputation you build piece by tiny piece, by proving over and over again with small actions that you are solid. It's literally the most powerful reputation steroid you can get.
Okay, so how does this trust actually build up over time? Well, the best way to think about it is like a bank account. But instead of putting in money, you're making deposits of reliability. And just like money, that trust compounds, growing into this massive fortune of influence and opportunity.
You've probably seen something like this in math class, right? You put in $100 and then you just wait. Thanks to the magic of compound interest, it grows into a way bigger amount all by itself. It's a super powerful financial idea.
But here's the secret, the part they don't teach you. Trust compounds even faster than money. It's crazy. Every single time you keep your word, you make a deposit. After a few of those, people start to believe you automatically. After 100, they'll start giving you opportunities you didn't even have to ask for.
But, and this is a big but, this whole thing works in reverse too. There's what we call the flaker's curse. Every broken promise, every time you flake, it's a withdrawal from your trust account. Do that enough times and your account goes negative, and that's when you start to become, well, socially invisible.
Do any of these sound kind of familiar? Saying you'll help a friend rank up in a game, but then you just go play with randoms instead. Or swearing you'll keep a secret, but you tell everyone by lunch. The person with the flaker's curse is always the one left wondering why the invites stop coming, and they never realize they've drained their own trust account down to 0.
So how do you actually actively build this thing up? Well, the good news is there's a playbook, a legit step-by-step guide to leveling up your reputation and building that kind of trust that's absolutely unshakable.
But first, we gotta go back to Munger's #1 rule. You have to get this. The key isn't being trustworthy most of the time. It's being trustworthy every single time. Consistency is the whole game, because it can take years to build trust and literally 1 second to destroy it all. Okay, here it is, your game plan. You're gonna start at level 1, tiny promises. Just make and keep 10 small promises this week. Simple things. Then you level up to painful promises, stuff that's inconvenient but proves you've got integrity. Level 3 is all about silent promises, doing the right thing when nobody's even watching. And for those who are really brave, level 4, the 30-day explosion. You tell people to hold you accountable and you just don't slip. Not once. Your reputation will absolutely skyrocket.
So what's the payoff? Why go through all this trouble? What actually happens when you become one of these radically trustworthy people? Well, it's like you found a master key. It starts unlocking all these secret doors you didn't even know were there.
I mean, look at this. This is how that trust money turns into real-world freedom and opportunity. Teachers just hand you the keys to the classroom. Coaches trust you with the team's entire playbook. Your parents stop checking your homework. Your friends tell you their real secrets. This is the ultimate prize, people betting on you, because they know for a fact that you're a sure thing. So let's circle all the way back to our story. Alex, the quiet kid, he's a senior now, team captain, and he's running a pretty successful business. Mia, the popular one, she learned her lesson and built a huge, loyal following based on actual trust. And Dylan? Well, he's still the funny guy, but he's kind of on the sidelines, wondering why he never gets picked first anymore. The results? I mean, they speak for themselves. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's simple, really. The work of being trustworthy can feel, well, kind of boring. It's about keeping the small, unglamorous promises day in and day out. But that boring work, that's the exact thing that separates the people who win the biggest prizes later in life from everyone else.
Look, this isn't some theory. It's a choice you get to make with every tiny action, starting right now. Make one tiny promise today and then just crush it. That's how you begin. Your move.